Judah's dressing is named after my youngest son, Judah. He drinks it. And so we named it after him. He's 5 now.
So tell us a little bit about Kale Cafe in Daytona Beach.
Kale Cafe started when we moved to Daytona about 12 years ago, and they didn't know what, we moved from New York, and they didn't even know what vegan food or tofu was. I'm not kidding. So we were at the farmer's market, and then that turned into a Kickstarter, turned into the Storefront.
Oh, wow.
And then this is a result. We've been making the dressing in the restaurant, but during the pandemic, the customers couldn't get it and have it on a regular basis, so we started bottling it for them.
So let's talk about the dressing, because is this the product that you're really here to highlight at Plant-Based World Expo?
This
Tell
is
us
the
about
first
it.
thing. So Judah's dressing is named after my youngest son, Judah. He drinks it. And so we named it after him. He's 5 now, but he walks around my restaurant barefoot trying to do whatever he wants to do. And
while he drinks the dressing.
Yes. And so I've kind of used him to market it because he's super cute. And it just really makes me proud that my kids eat so much salad because of this dressing.
And that's what it is. You want to get people to start eating raw
Yes.
food, and if you need to entice them with dressing, but let's talk about the ingredients, because I think that's probably the most important thing.
Sure. So this is non-GMO and gluten-free, and it is lemon juice, sunflower oil, Bragg's nutritional yeast, garlic and lemon. It's basically what it is. So it's a really good whole foods item.
With limited ingredients.
Very limited ingredients, yes.
But full of flavor.
So full of flavor.
And it saves you time in the kitchen, so you're not making your own. So why don't you just buy hers?
Facts, and it tastes good on raw veggies and roasted veggies. I love some roasted broccoli and asparagus. Just a little drizzle goes a long way.
And let's talk about, do you use this as a marinade?
Yes, you can use it as a marinade. A lot of my customers are not vegan or vegetarian, so they put it on their meats, whereas, I love it on vegetables, my favorite.
And so, Kale Cafe, what kind of products, what kind of foods do you offer there?
We're Caribbean vegan, so my husband and I are both, he's Jamaican, I'm Jamaican, firstborn, and so we use this on our kale the most. That's the most prominent thing we use it on. So our veggie burger that we make in-house, it's instead of lettuce, we put our kale salad, which has this dressing on it, and then people just buy 16, 24 ounces of our dressing, big bowls of kale with the dressing on it. They just get kale. They eat lots of kale.
And so where are your products made?
My co-packer is half a block from my restaurant. And we stumbled on them one day. I'm like, it's called Stagecoach Sauces, and we just worked really locally with them.
And so when we were talking about sustainability, which I think is a really big thing in the plant-based sphere,
yes.
How do you feel like Kale Cafe and your brands stand against that?
Well, the fact that where I'm getting a lot of my ingredients come from Orlando, which is 1 hour away, and then I'm bottling it up the street from my restaurant, that's really great and important to me. It's a glass bottle that you can reuse and for other things. So I think it is sustainable, and I think that it's definitely moving in the direction that we need to move, that everyone needs to move in. Like a local mom and pop co-op type store, we have gallons of it too. They could have it in a gallon with a spout, and people could come and refill the jars,
oh my God,
which would be amazing. When we lived here, we were part of the Park Slope Food Co-op, which I'm going to visit while I'm in Brooklyn. And it's just something that you can use all the time.
And so tell us more about the partnerships and cooperation, cooperative efforts that you're involved in, that has really helped your brand, helped your products, and helped your company.
Well, I started at a farmer's market, and I think that if you don't stay connected to the people in your community, whether you're donating things to a school or helping first responders or teaching free cooking classes or paid cooking classes, whatever you're doing to stay relevant and to stay visible, I think that's really important. When people call me and say, hey, we're doing this, can you come and do this or help me or donate this or whatever, I think that's really part of being part of your community, because a lot of times you take for granted that people don't know about this kind of stuff, or they don't think it tastes good. They think it's going to taste bad. So when you go there and you're giving out things and they get to see you all happy, they're like, they try it and they like it, it's like a win-win, because you get a new customer, but you put someone on to the beginning of their plant-based journey, which is super duper important. It's not beating them over the head, it's just their being available.
And so what do you think really makes you guys stand and your products stand apart from other competitors in the market? Like, what if someone's like, well, I could just go to the grocery store and grab myself some balsamic vinaigrette. How do you feel about that? What do you do?
Well, I feel like whatever helps you to eat your raw greens is great. This does not taste like ranch, French, balsamic vinaigrette. People try to think, is there a tahini in there? I'm like, no. This is like our own, very expensive to make dressing, but it's so flavorful, and a little goes a long way. So it's like it's in its own genre.
Because it's got its cultural Jamaican Caribbean roots, so that's what you taste in your food, right?
Yeah, you taste love. And then I have this beautiful photo of my family on it.
Oh, that's great. Here, let me. There you go. Beautiful photo of the family. Oh, so cute. How do you have so many kids?
I think this is part of it. This or the vegetables.
Maybe the combination of them both.
Yes.
So tell us the top reasons of why you decided to come to Plant-Based World Expo this year.
I will tell you that I found out about it on my Range Me email last Wednesday, and I was like, oh my God, what is this? And I was like, this is God telling me. I made it happen. I literally called, and then I got a booth, and I drove here by any means necessary. I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is the next step for us, because we've had the restaurant, but this is what people really love, and I have to get it to them. Not mailing it in the mail that much. I want it to be in a store that they can go and get it and look at it.
So here at Plant-Based World Expo, you're trying to create the partnerships, I think, to really expand your brand. That's your short-term goal, correct?
Exactly. To help us get distribution for it for retail, as well as, this is not the only thing that we make. So we're starting to do more of the manufacturing side of it, because restaurateurs, it's a painstaking job that you become a slave to, and people don't talk about that. Like, I've had a restaurant for 10 years and I've gone on 0 vacations. I go to funerals and go back to work. Like, you leave because you have to, but not, it's very unforgiving. And I think having products allows me to share what I love with other people without, having to always have the restaurant itself. So I think in the beginning our vision was to franchise the restaurant, but then I was just like, after having 6 kids and 2 of them while we were doing this, it's changed. We've evolved. The space has evolved since the pandemic, and having our products in retail is great. So we have seitan that we make, and it's a salt-free seitan that's amazing and versatile, and then we make gluten-free burger patties. So that's coming right after this.
So why did you think it was so important for you to actually come and talk and speak with us at Vkind?
People connect to people. I've heard of Vkind, and I just, I'm so excited about the new cooking show, because I'm so excited about that. But people connect to people. You can see something and you can see a whole bunch of vegan things, and I get so excited when I go into the store and I keep seeing more and more vegan stuff. But having mom and pop's business that started while we were on food stamps with a kid on my back and stuff at a farmer's market, and had a customer invest in us and do a Kickstarter, it's priceless hearing people's story and see how they really get started. And you get to inspire others as well as get inspired. So this has been amazing. This has been an amazing experience for us.
And real sees real. And I think that's a great thing about your product, about your business, about Kale Cafe, is that people are like, I can relate. I see this. This is a working family, working woman. And you provide some really, really great food while you're at it.
Yes.
So if you could explain your brand or your Kale Cafe in one word, what would it be?
Authentic.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And so you guys, when you get a chance, head down to Daytona, get yourself some authentic vegan Jamaican Caribbean cuisine. And if you're here at the Plant-Based World Expo, you can find them at booth
604.
Get there today.